This is a WWN Publishing Group recording. Copyright 2016, all rights reserved. This is an abridged version of Killmore by Martha Sweeney to make the story appropriate for all listeners. If you want to read the complete story, you can find the ebook or paperback online. Links are provided in the description below. Killmore, Book 1 of the 2-book series. Read to you by the author. Chapter 10, Laurie. "Looks like you're getting new neighbors again," Marcus announces as we approach the previously empty cabin on our right. My eyes stay forward on the large moving truck that is parked in the driveway, avoiding the temptation to look at the people around it. "Looks like it. Do you think they're just here for the summer?" he inquires. "I hope so," I return. "That's part of the reason why I bought my house. I like the peace and quiet of this end of the lake." Willow River Lake is a big lake with the main part of the town on the west side. My house is practically on the opposite end, on the northeast side of the body of water, purposefully chosen for a variety of reasons: less people, quieter, and more room. The main activities for our town primarily occur over on the west side, and that even includes the majority of boaters. As I pull into my driveway, Marcus texts his mom that we're back. Jacob and she will be joining us for lunch along with the Leonards as part of our usual once-a-month weekend luncheons. During the warmer months, we'll have our weekend gatherings more often and bounce between the three houses. Often, they spill over into the night where we have dinner together as well. Mr. Leonard takes grilling duty while Esther casually strolls through the walkways around my raised garden beds that line the different pathways of the upper and lower levels of the back deck. Jacob and Marcus play with the dogs, eventually heading along the dock and in the water. Once the food is ready, Trudy and I finish bringing it out onto the patio and set the table. Esther is in good spirits today, showing better signs of healing with the diet she's been on. Aside from the high blood pressure, she's had some challenges with eczema and arthritis that escalated from a fall she had, but thanks to her change in diet, she's been able to heal from the inside over the past 2 months. Her doctor, Dr. Derek Johnson, Cody's brother, didn't like the fact that I intervened a little, trying to get her off the drugs. 3 weeks into getting the medications, Dr. Johnson reduced her prescription by half. Now it's even less. Dr. Derek doesn't like how I'm not a doctor and I'm giving advice to his patient. I told him that I'm allowed to make suggestions, and since I don't charge for them, I can't be sued or anything. "We saw the moving truck on our way over," comments Mr. Leonard as I place a second round of food on the table. "Marcus and I saw it this morning too," I confirm, taking a swig of my beer. "Did you get a look at who's moving in?" asks Mrs. Leonard. "No," I say. "I just hope they're quiet and stay on their side." "Maybe there's a cute single guy," Trudy muses. "Should I push you into the lake so you can fake drown and see if anyone comes to your rescue as your way of checking?" I tease. "What?" she gasps. Either Gerald and I laugh. "Why don't I push you into the water and see what happens?" Trudy challenges. "Yeah, like you could push me in," I play. "Have you started seeing anyone?" Esther inquires. "No," Trudy huffs, "but I think I might actually be ready, you know?" "Sure," Esther agrees. "The boys are getting older, Marcus will be going to college next year, and Jacob only has a few years left. You deserve to take care of you." "I guess," Trudy sighs with trepidation. "Oh, please," I scoff. "She's been eyeing Dr. Cody." "I thought he was yours," Esther replies. "He's not mine," I state. "I've offered her to take him for a ride." "Shh," Trudy shushes. "Please," I laugh. "They're in the water with the dogs. They can't hear us." "What about his brother, Derek?" Esther checks. "Didn't he and his girlfriend break up recently?" "Yep," Gerald confirms. Esther, Trudy, and I look at Gerald in shock. "How do you know that?" Esther inquires. "Men talk," Gerald says. "It was a bad breakup, too. I'd give him a few weeks to heal." "It's the perfect time to swoop in," Esther argues. "Even men need help mending a broken heart, and you, Trudy, just might be the gal to give him what he needs." Gerald shakes his head in amusement at his wife's scheming. Who can blame her? She just wants everyone to be as happy and in love as she is with Gerald. After lunch, Gerald takes the boys out for a boat ride on the lake while Trudy and I finish cleaning the dishes and put the food away as Esther takes a nap in the shade. With the boys away from earshot, I'm able to share with Trudy how the time at the range went and the need for her to start talking to Marcus about the guns in the house. She's hesitant at first, but eventually agrees with my logic. Right as the boys and Gerald get the boat docked, I hear Esther greet someone and my head snaps to see who's here. I didn't invite anyone. What the fuck? "Cody, Derek," Esther greets warmly. "So glad you boys could drop by to join us. Sorry you missed lunch, but there's plenty of time to have a few drinks since we haven't had dessert yet." My eye twitches and the urge to grab a gun pops into my head. Not to kill Esther, but to kill myself. Thanks for having us, Cody returns excitedly. He goes in for a kiss-hug kind of thing, but it becomes weird and awkward as I try to avoid it. Cody manages to get his arm around me and I give the evil eye to Esther. You're welcome, I eke out. Good to have you guys. We figured you boys could add some life to our little party, Esther states excitedly, obviously ignoring my unpleased expression. I'm not sure how much life Derek has in him, Cody states quietly. We know, Esther confirms. That's why we invited the two of you. Since when did we invite them? Conversations are a little shaky at first, but Esther and Gerald manage much better than me at being good hosts, and I gratefully accept their lead. Cody and Derek even change into their bathing suits, something Esther managed to convince them to bring, and jump into the lake with the boys. Good thing I have an extra shower for rinsing off after being in the lake when the dogs are muddy. It allows me to keep the doctors out of my house. I even have an exterior bathroom. After Cody tries to sneak a peek into my home through a window or two, he and his brother make their way down to the lake, playing a game of catch with Marcus and Jacob. They're good-looking men, as well as sweethearts, Esther states suddenly. I don't see why you won't do more than just sleep with Dr. Cody. I choke on my sip of beer as Gerald and Trudy laugh. I don't do those kinds of relationships anymore. You know that. You can't force something on the heart that the heart doesn't want, dear, Gerald comments. Let the woman be. Stop meddling. I'm not meddling, she challenges. Yes, you are, Trudy laughs. I think it's funny as hell, though. I roll my eyes in response. Laurie's heart will open when it finds the right one again, Gerald says. She hasn't found it with Cody. It was burnt a long time ago, I inform. There's nothing left. There is always a small piece that flickers with light, no matter how much darkness has covered it, Gerald replies. That's some deep shit, I point out. Trudy and Esther giggle as they take a sip of their drinks. What about you? Gerald inquires, looking to Trudy. It looks like you might have breathed a little life back into that flame in Dr. Derek. Trudy shrugs her shoulders as a smile pops onto her face. Somehow, Esther manages to invite Cody and Derek to stay with us for dinner. Not wanting them to have that much access to my house, I suggest we all head into town to get a meal, and everyone agrees. This is the end of this chapter. Thank you for listening. I hope you're enjoying the story so far. To read the full, unabridged version, you can find a link in the description below. To find out about new releases before the general public, be sure to subscribe to my newsletter. You'll find a link in the description as well. Also, to be notified when the next chapter is published, make sure you subscribe to my channel.